Hello and welcome to the ECL Core Final, Almtuna eSports versus Točený Salámy. I am Brandon Bixby, also known to you as B Major. With me today, first time I've gotten the call with you, man, but happy to have Indo Mills right next to me. And Indo, we have a great matchup. But firstly, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Honestly, I will admit I did oversleep a little bit. A little insomnia get into me, but I am ready to go for today's big final matchup. I can't wait to get going. I'm glad to work with you. I've been dying to work with you, honestly. I've heard very, very good things, so I can't wait to experience it firsthand.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. It's going to be a lot of fun as we have number 2 versus number 5, Točený Salámy versus Almtuna eSports. And man, oh man, this is going to be a lot of fun. Two teams that have been dominant all season, and both of them now have reached the point to where they can meet here for the ECL Core Final with a chance to win themselves that number 1 prize pool of 447 euros. But we'll talk about that here a little bit more here later as we get into our lineups and set the stage for what should be a really fun series to watch. As both of these teams have been dominant all season. They've played a little bit of lower seeding, but now they get to face off here one-on-one against each other, and you don't really know what to expect when two teams like this face off at the top of the mountain.
Definitely. This is definitely a situation that these teams are definitely lovely to be in, especially here in the final, getting to show off and show that they are the top two teams in this division and getting to see who's next up in terms of talent and in terms of who's going to be going up to move up and showcase what they have and where they can be for the future.
Absolutely can't agree with you more there as you get a look of how we got to this point of the final here. Our playoff tree bracket from the quarterfinals on down, and you can kind of see how they got here, Indo. And man, oh man, we talked about dominance. Well, they've displayed that so far. Not one series rather, going to 7 for either of these two.
Definitely. You can tell that these guys are where they should be and where they have to be in the reserve. And this is definitely going to be, I think, a long series. I think this is going to go out a little bit longer than what we've seen in the finals as well in other divisions. And it's going to be a grudge match for sure. Definitely some entertaining hockey for sure, guaranteed.
Have to agree with you. We just saw our first 7-game series last week in the light final. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be treated to that same exact experience here this week as these two teams. They've been great all season, as we mentioned, but it's so interesting to see the seeds that they've played against each other. You can kind of see that dominance here in the way that they've played in the stats. Both of these teams rather dominant on both sides of the ice, but I want to know, Wendo, what stands out to you for these guys?
Right now, I can see that it is very high flying offense for Točený Salámy. Very, very al dente, as I like to say. They play it perfect. They play it really, really well. And so far, it looks like it's going to be very, very high scoring from one side. Almtuna looks like a very, very defensive team, and maybe because the scores are a little bit lower on their end, and they haven't really put the puck into that as much. So far, so good. So far, it looks really, really well. And again, I am excited to see this happen and see where this goes for the future.
Absolutely. It's always fun to see a strength versus a strength, a strong defensive side versus a high-flying scoring side. It's always interesting to see who wins that battle. And speaking of that battle, the players are what decide the games. Here's a look at your lineups for these two teams. And we know there's a lot of star power for these two sides. For Točený Salámy, you have Domin, Kumbik, Wincy, Yiffy, Pepkasta, and Rekful in net, while for Almtuna, Jazzy, Beastbin, Fana, Bium, Pillenup, and Benjamin in net. And man, oh man, Indo, it's going to be a lot of fun to see who's going to step up for these two sides.
Definitely. A lot of people on this team, they do lead in certain aspects as well. You have some honestly great hockey to be played. Can't wait to see it. I just can't wait to get this started. I got jitters in my hands and my feet. I can't wait to get going because this is going to be very exciting to watch.
Hey, man, I can't say I blame you as we get a little bit more in-depth here at our matchup. And we'll start with the men that'll be taking the opening face-off. Our two centers, Beastbin for Almtuna, and for Točený Salámy, it'll be none other than Kumbik. And as you can see, both of these guys, high-flying scorers, they can do a little bit of everything, can't they?
Definitely. A little aspects of everything. Jack of all trades. Really want that from a centerman, especially because they're the big guys going up against each other. Looks like it's going to be very even on the face-off aspect. It's going to be basically a coin toss of who's going to get it, where they both have around the 50 to 55% of face-off wins. You can see that one of them is more of a goal scorer, and one of them is more of a assist man, the guy who sets everything up. B-Spend, look at there with 38 assists. Meanwhile, the other guy over there just only has 33.
Yeah, it's always interesting with that center matchup, especially with the faceoff percentage, just because that can be such a game changer in certain situations as we move on to some of our wingers. And man, oh man, what really sticks out to me, some of the goal scoring tallies between our wingers, all of them in that upper 20s. And it's going to be interesting to watch because, as we mentioned, Almtuna, a team that's more defensive versus a team in Točený Salámy, it's a little bit more offensive, but you wouldn't know it looking at some of those totals there on the other side.
Definitely. Sometimes it's very deceptive, these stats, and seeing who is there and who isn't there and who's actually on the ice and being able to contribute for their team exactly right here. You can tell that they're still a defensive team, but they still have some grit and some attack to them. Definitely, this is more of a winger-led team in terms of points and getting goals in the net, and nothing wrong with that. Everyone's got a team. Everyone has a cycle. Pucks in deep, dump and chase. There you go.
Yeah, and just the difference of play styles, and you can kind of see that right there, especially in the shot totals between the two wingers. But now this is where I think some may say that this matchup could be won or lost. The defense, as we see both our two pairings, it's really interesting because you kind of see it again here with the stats. One team being a little bit more high scoring, another being a little bit lower. It's going to be interesting. Does that kind of see itself here in the series with how much those defense get up into play offensively?
Definitely. You'll see in the first game their styles work and they'll be able to adjust on the fly. This is definitely going to be a more defensive matchup, and I can't wait to get this going. Again, hands shaking, knees sweating, mom spaghetti. I'm ready to go.
Gotta love the nod to Eminem as we finally transition over to the goalie matchup. And this is the battle that really sticks out to me because both of these guys have been so dominant throughout the playoffs, and the stats kind of beat for themselves. An 88% on one side and 85% on the other. Usually that 80% mark is what you strive for, but these guys are exceeding that with flying colors.
Oh my goodness, 11 shutouts during his playoff matchup. That is, as a goaltender myself, those are numbers that I really wish I had. I can't wait to get this going. This is definitely going to be a shutdown game from Benjamin. Reckful, I think he has something to prove here. When you have a guy on your team who's going a 0.88 goals against average, it's going to be a very sound game. One mistake could ruin the night for their team as well.
Absolutely, as we'll get through 3 games tonight and our remaining games tomorrow in what will be a really entertaining best of 7 series. And I think for Benjamin, especially, what really sticks out, and you can say that for this entire Almtuna team, the 11 shutouts in the 25 games played, it just kind of goes to support how well they have been defensively. You can see why they've only allowed, I think it was 22 goals against throughout their entire playoff run, and that is absolute insanity when you really think about it. So it's going to be interesting to watch them match up against a really good scoring side in Točený Salámy, as we will get to puck drop here in just a few minutes. But I have to ask you, Endo, if there's one thing you think there is to watch out for, or something that you think could make a difference in this game, what do you think that is exactly? Because this is going to be such an interesting matchup with these two teams.
I think the one thing to watch out for is getting set. Just being able to get in the net and be able to be ready and basically be prepped. Because Benjamin he looks like a complete stud in there. 11 shutouts. I feel like if you rattle him first in the beginning, you have a chance. If you don't get in there early, it could be just a quick 3 games for Almtuna.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you. In goaltending, it can be something that really does impact the game, not just in the way of making those big saves, but even the way that you play, the type of shots that you put on net, the looks that you take. If you have a goalie that's stopping everything in front of you, you might be a little bit more hesitant to put that shot on net and might make that extra pass every now and then that you shouldn't. So it's going to be really interesting to watch that unfold, as we know both these teams can score. Obviously, Točený Salámy have shown that even more some in the playoffs, but with a goalie in Benjamin on the other side, we're going to see if that kind of puts that on hold a little bit, as we're just moments away from puck chop here in this ECL core final series between Almtuna eSport and Točený Salámy, as we get things underway and going. And I'm kind of like you, Endo. I can't wait to get this thing started. A little bit jittery, kind of just anticipation as the moment builds up a little bit. It's always fun to watch these final series, our last final that we'll be covering here for the winter season. So you can see the players are ready and lobbied up, and you can get a look at some of the bills that they'll be choosing as well.
Definitely. Big choices right here. Again, the meta, what I love to see in the Europe side is the puck moving defenseman. I remember a few years back I was using that because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be different. Then I found out that's like the meta over there in Europe, and I felt a little special because I feel like I found something out. Then I realized everyone in Europe that uses the puck moving defenseman. I guess it's the extra maneuverability, the extra agility on there that helps a lot. Good choices here. Personal bias, obviously. But I can't wait to see this go. Very, very excited to see where this ends up for the first game.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Something that was interesting to me was Fano using the sniper build. That's not something you see all that often on the EU side of things. So I'm kind of interested to see how that matches up with a lot of puck moving defensemen, a lot of playmakers. As both these teams not just playing for a championship, but they're playing for a little bit of money too. As these two teams playing for that #1 prize pool of 447 euros. Second place winning 298 euros, and both of our teams that have made the bronze match with 198 euros apiece. And man, oh man, Endo, it's something I talk about all the time. Obviously, these two teams love to get a little bit of money in their pocket, but I think they're fighting for that championship too and some bragging rights as well.
Definitely. Money is one thing, but clout is always going to stay there for sure. We live in a new age where clout is sometimes a little bit better than money. And I think having the money there is a little sweet. Either way, both teams are walking away with a little bit of the cash in their pockets. But I feel like just being able to have that crown, have that trophy, just adds a little bit of salt to the wound.
Yeah, it's hard not to disagree with you in both of these teams being competitive, playing all season and being dominant. You can't help to think that not capping it off with a championship would be a little bit of a disappointment to say the least, as we get a little bit of a technical difficulty, and we'll get things started here in just a minute. But like we were kind of saying as we set the stage here for game one, both of these teams dominant all season. Točený Salámy 22-2-0 in the regular season. Almtuna 21-3. So both of these squads, they've been used to winning. They've been accustomed to winning in pretty big style. It would almost be disappointing to not come home with a championship, even if you do come home with a few euros in your pocket, despite all of that.
Exactly. You want to win the hardware. Someone's got to win it. Only one person can. And I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a grudge match, whether it's going to be high flying offense or very, very composed defense. Keep it safe and sound. I think the first game is going to be definitely a testing point. Usually it is like that. So you figure out how their style is going to play, if they're going to adapt, they're going to change things. And I'm excited. I hopefully we can get things going very, very shortly. And let's go. Yeah. Okay, with the go.
Hey, I'm like you, man. I can't wait to get this thing going. The jitters are starting to kind of formulate a little bit for myself, but we kind of talked about how these two teams got here, and we talked about the regular seasons a little bit, as we'll kind of look into the regular season stats a little bit more in depth for these two teams, and you can see we kind of see the same thing. Almtuna being a really great defensive team, locking it down, while Točený Salámy being a great offensive team, putting the puck in that seemingly it will.
Definitely, definitely. It does result, and it shows you why these top teams are where they are, and shows that they deserve to be in this final right now. Definitely with 132 goals for. That's a lot of goals. That's a lot of goals.
Yeah, in 24 games, mind you. So, I mean, we're talking, if you do the math, 132 divided by 24. I don't have the calculator by me at the moment, but I mean, that is at least at a 5-goal per game pace, you would have to assume. I mean, absolutely ridiculous what Točený Salámy have been able to do in the offensive end, but we kind of talked about it a little bit, and it's still going to be a story to look out for. Are they going to be able to continue that here against an Almtuna team that's been amazing defensively, and a goalie in Benjamin that has been tearing it up, not just in the regular season, but as you mentioned, Indo, in the playoffs as well?
Definitely. You could tell they are still offensively dominant, but Almtuna has that penalty kill, 90.91, which is obviously one of the highest in the league as well. It's definitely going to be something to watch for, and seeing what happens in the first game, and if it's going to be as so dominant as Točený Salámy wants it to be. Because you never know. Anything can happen. This is NHL 22, so any bounces can go literally anywhere, as we've seen on the Twitterverse over the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just never know how that puck is going to bounce, and sometimes that's why you're starting to see teams put the puck on that more and more and more. You never know which direction it can go, and it might just benefit you. And a lot of times, there's not a lot that a goalie or a defenseman can do about it. So we'll see if maybe we'll see that puck thrown on net a little bit more. As not necessarily the meta changes, but strategy starts to kind of change and develop as the game cycle moves on. But looks like we've gotten our connection issues settled, and we're ready to go for puck drop. Endo, it's time. The wait is over, and Almtuna eSport and Točený Salámy, they finally meet and they finally get to face off here for this ECL Core Championship.
I cannot wait any longer. Fingers crossed right now we have no more technical issues, because I just want to hop right into the game itself. See these two powerhouses go off head to head, and I think no more words, only actions. Let's get right to the game.
Can't say I blame you, man, as we have Almtuna eSport, the 5 seed against Točený Salámy, the 2 seed, fighting in a best of 7 for the ECL Core Championship. As we mentioned earlier, the winner of this one, 447 euros. Second place, still going to come home with a little bit of money in their pockets as well, 298 euros, but neither team wanting to settle for second place. They want first place, and you can't blame them. As we get to the opening face-off, Almtuna eSports in the white going up on your screen, Točený Salámy in the black going down as we are underway in game 1 of the ECL Core Final. As Almtuna eSport will get things started and try to move it into the offensive zone, but it will be an offsides to start out as we are 57 seconds in. And so far, pretty slow, but can't expect anything too crazy here in the first minute of game 1. You kind of mentioned that feel-out period, Endo, and it seems like we might see that here.
Definitely good feel-out period.
As Točený Salámy get into the zone. And it'll be a turnover, and Almtuna will try to go in on the counter, as that is none other than the centerman that we talked about being a core piece, Kombik. As there'll be an offsides once again here for Točený Salámy, and we'll reset in the neutral zone for a face-off. It's one over to Točený. Almtuna eSport would set up in another turnover in the neutral zone, and like we kind of mentioned, we're seeing that feel-out period so far. A few offside, neither team really getting into the offensive zone and getting a shot on net. If you will dump that in, it'll be chased in by Kombik. Kombik gives it over to the point in Pepkasa, and there'll be an offsides yet again.
Almost our first shot on goal there for the game. Just a little bit past the blue line. I think we'll get it next here.
Yeah, as both of these teams, like we said, kind of that feel-out period, you're seeing that so far as a few offsides, a little bit of trouble getting in the offensive zone for both teams. A great play there, as it was almost a chance for Točený Salámy as they work in the offensive zone, and another turnover, a great pickup by Wincy. As Domin gets chased to it. Force behind the net, it almost passed it there. He had Kombik, but it couldn't connect. And Točený Salámy will move up. Fana moving up the boards, gives a pass, and a nice pickoff from Pepkasa. And speaking of the defenseman, he'll pick it off there and beat him. Back over to the neutral zone, and things kind of steady so far. We've seen a few chances start to open up, but defense really showing up. A couple of pickoffs so far as Točený Salámy gets into the zone, and it'll be picked off yet again, this time by Yiffy. As Almtuna trying to work past what's been a stout defensive effort from Točený Salámy. They do here. Wincy with it, moves it back, but a great pickoff there from Jazzy. And Točený Salámy will try to work back up themselves. And they'll go back over to the neutral zone. Two defensemen in Pillinup, and Biam will work it, and they'll give it over to Fana, who moves it up the board. I'll be picked off and stopped by Yiffy, and a counterattack here from Almtuna, and another turnover. And we talked about offense versus defense. That defense seeming to prevail so far in the...
Definitely. It is very mistake-free hockey. Whatever happens on one end usually happens on the other. Very, very good mix. A lot of interceptions and just being where the puck is, closing up those lanes.
As we see a chance there, and the first puck on that, it will be on Reckful, and unfortunately for Almtuna, will not result in any dangerous opportunity, but they'll look to reverse this. It looks like a chance here for Točený Salámy. And a shot on net, but blocked there. Another great defensive play is Točený Salámy trying to get things going, and Almtuna eSport will get in their own shot on net. Goes out, and a close chance there as Domin will take it away and work it back to his defenseman. And you can see Točený Salámy trying to open things up here as we move on. 4:10 to go here in the first period. Not too many dangerous opportunities, but things starting to open up for these two sides. As Kronvik moves up. Goes to Wincy. Is behind the net and over to Točený Salámy once again as things pretty steady as a pass back. Great play on net at the red line, and it's a save by Benjamin, and maybe not a shot on net, but maybe the most dangerous chance we've seen so far here, Endo.
Yeah, that was very, very close. You can tell right there with the in-game graphics, shots are 1 for 1 per each team. So far, so good. Players being right where they need to be defensively.
Face-off won by Beast Ben, and Almtuna will look to get a chance here with just a minute 40 to go. That's Wincy working it up over to Domin. Domin back to Wincy. Shot on net, blocked by none other than Biam in front. Puck goes back to, and it's saved there. That was very, very close, but a nice play there from the goaltender in Rekful to save that one, and Točený Salámy look to work back up on the counter. Won't be able to do so here, and it's back over to Pilina. Tries to chop it to himself, and he'll just drain the time away as we are still at 0-0. A pretty back-and-forth game. Not too many dangerous opportunities, but Endo, we mentioned that things starting to open up the more this game goes along.
Definitely, like I said before, this is definitely a feeling out process for both teams, seeing how the game is going to go itself. Looks like it's going to be very, very defensive. Almtuna wants them to play their game and get into their head and make them play defensively, because the minute those floodgates open up, Točený Salámy is known for those goals and scoring them, so Almtuna has to do whatever they can to basically hold the floodgates and hold it closed.
And you can't say that you blame them, and we kind of looked at the stats earlier with Almtuna being such a good defensive team and Točený Salámy being such a good offensive team. We kind of talked about it, who was going to prevail in that matchup, and there's no telling on who's going to do that aspect of it yet, but you can tell that the style of this game probably benefiting Almtuna, not really allowing Točený to get a lot of chances.
You said it best, my friend, and as we get going right here for the second period, let's drop.
And the puck will indeed drop. It'll be won by Točený and an offsides, as we saw many times as Yazzie tried to carry that in. You can see the lineups right there on the bottom left and right as your screen real quick. Have to love the beautiful stats and screens that we get here at Sports Gamer GG. As the face-off will be won over to Pill It Up, and you look to set up offensively, and it'll be a turnover picked up by Wincy. Točený Salámy moves up. And a save there. That was close, but a great job there by Benjamin to keep that one from maybe trickling out for a potential rebound.
Definitely some pretty passing plays right there from Salámy, and you got to hand it to Benjamin. He's one of the best in there, and he shows by getting a clutch save right there.
And we talked about him being a key, and Točený Salámy looking to beat him. Well, not on that one, it looked like, as Almtuna trying to respond with a chance of their own as they work it up to Domin. Excuse me, my apologies, not Domin, but rather Yazzie, as it'll be a shot on net and a save held by Rekful.
Rekful saying, whatever you can do, I can do better. I can make a save of my own right there. Keeps it tied, deadlocked. Here we go.
As we go to face-off, tied up there, won by none other than Beast Ben, as Almtuna looking to get the first score, and they will not be able to. Točený Salámy on the attack. Work it into the neutral zone. Točený Salámy will, and they'll work between the three forwards as they dump it in to no prevail, and just kind of that same feel out period. Not a lot of chances. Starting to see things open up a little bit more as puck near the net, but picked up there as a chance in front, but does not connect. That was for Fana. As a shot on and wide, and Točený Salámy trying to attack a little bit here, and looks like they're starting to get something going.
Definitely, they're feeling the mojo out, getting pucks in front of the net, and so far it's working as we have a goal! First
And a
goal
score-
of the game.
Our first of the game, and it's Almtuna eSports. Fana opens the scoring up, and it was off a great play. It seemed like maybe Točený Salámy were opening up, but Almtuna, as you said earlier, no, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Definitely right here. Perfect pass for the 1T. Comes right across. Bing, bam, boom. Now it is a 1-0 lead for Almtuna. If you're Almtuna right now, you definitely want to hold this lead as long as you can. Keep it there. Keep it up in your pocket and just park the bus if you can.
Yeah, I can't say you blame them, as a beautiful play. Fana opens the scoring up for Almtuna, and they're looking to get another as they get into the offensive zone. So Točený Salámy work it up, and it'll be an offside warning, and they'll come back and reset. Great defense once again there from Almtuna. They're not allowing them to get past that blue line as they try to counter. A shot on net blocked, however, from Fana. So Točený Salámy work it up, and down low is pilling up, and a big hit there from the left defenseman of none other than Byum. As Almtuna looks, tries to get it 2-0. His shot on net, puck is loose, and his shot in and scored! The centerman in Beastman, the puck was in the right area for him to finish. The puck went on his stick, he puts it in, and it's a 2-0 lead now for Almtuna eSport, just like that.
Those scrambles in front of the net are an absolute killer if you're a goaltender. You move let's take a little bit to the one side, and you're flying on the other side of the post. Big cleanup right there by their big centerman, and that's a 2-0 lead right now for Almtuna.
And Almtuna, this is exactly the type of game they're looking for. Shut down, but they're putting the puck a little bit here in as well, as they're up 2-0 until Točený Salámy going to look to coordinate a response here. Not often you'll see them in this situation. We'll see how they look as the puck is dumped in and picked up by Pillinup. So they'll work it up to Fana, and it'll be an offside. As we are 6:08 left in the second period, over halfway through game one, and Almtuna could not ask for a better result here halfway through what they've gotten here, Endo.
Definitely. This is what you need to do the first game. You need to signify that you're dominance and show them that you're not ready to mess around, that you may not be the most high-scoring team, but you can put them in when you need to as well.
Can't disagree with you there, as looks like Točený Salámy trying to get back into this thing as they work it into the offensive zone. Right down low over to Bjorn. And it'll be on that and frozen by Benjamin. And for a goaltender, so big to have that 2-0 deficit, or lead rather, and Benjamin being as solid as he is, now is where we really see what we talked about earlier kind of take shape.
Definitely, he is a rock for a reason. We're going to find out. He's definitely going to be tested coming into the second and to the third period, and whether or not he can be as stable and steady as he has been so far.
As that will be an icing and thrown back into the offensive zone of Točený Salámy. As we mentioned, they look to get back into this down 2-0. Not often we see them in this situation. Offensive face-off between Beastman and Kumbik, won by Beastman. As Pillinup will work it up, and that will be none other than Yaze with it. So Točený Salámy create the turnover. They move it back up over to their winger in Zvana. They'll be worked around, Pillinup with it. He's worked low and saved by Benjamin on the wraparound attempt. That was a dangerous one. It was Pep Costa that tried to wrap that one from behind the defenseman down low, but Benjamin sharp once again.
Točený Salámy is definitely running a behind-the-net kind of play, set up, get the cross crease in front. But so far, the defensive and Benjamin's play is just absolutely amazing.
Can't disagree with you there, as we have 10 seconds left. Time will more than likely run out. As Točený Salámy try to get one last look. And they will not be able to. So a 2-0 scoreline at the end of the second. Almtuna with 2 unanswered in the second period. The game leading goal from Fana, and then once again on the other end, Pep Costa making it work to get the second goal. And man, oh man, and you kind of talked about it earlier with how good Almtuna is defensively. Gotta love where they are here in this situation.
Definitely. This is very, very comfortable for them. Like I said, the best option for them right now would be to park the bus and play very mistake-free hockey like they have already. And just wait. It's going right now. It's rolling in your favor. Fingers crossed that the RNG gods can bless you a little bit here so you can keep the game going the way it is right now. And we're going to take another look back right here at the goal right here from Zvana. Absolute 1T, beautiful. And you have another cleanup job right here. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And that cleanup right there is perfect. Perfect positioning and being right where you need to be to get the goal in there.
Yeah, and I have to correct myself. It was Beastman that got that second goal, as you can see right there. And sometimes just being in that right place at the right time can be so beneficial. We talked about earlier putting shots on net. Well, Almtuna does so right there. They're up 2-0 into the third period. We'll see if Točený Salámy have a response. As they enter territory unfamiliar to them, to say the least, is still working behind and try to break things out, as that is none other than Wincy trying to move it up. Down low. Shot on net, saved by Benjamin, and pops back out. That's Wincy with it. He'll move it up to the point over to Pillinup. Back down low, and it'll be just dumped and cleared away by the defenseman. And it'll be an icing nevertheless. And I can't say I blame Almtuna just trying to keep this thing at bay. Don't want to give Točený Salámy any momentum.
Definitely dump it, chase it, get the puck out, but just don't take a delay a game, and you should be fine for the rest of the period.
As face-off won by Kumbik. If he couldn't get the shot on, a great job there from Beastman being in front. As a shot on that time. Puck is loose. They're scrumming for it. Puck on net again. Another save, and this time it squeaks through. It was scored by Fana in front of the net. It'll be an owned goal, but Točený Salámy doesn't care because this one is now down to a one-goal game.
There goes the shutout, and sometimes, like I said, RNG, you never know what's going to happen. Just throw it on net, or in this case, have your opposing team throw it on their net. And right now, it's a 2-1 game. This is what Salámy needs to get back in there. Once you break one, you may open the floodgates.
Absolutely. Can't disagree there, as they'll move it back up as Fana put it on net, but couldn't connect there with his centerman in Kumbik. As Almtuna just looking to clear this thing away, is Točený Salámy trying to bring some pressure on here with that forecheck. Great job there by Biam to just kind of get out of it. Doesn't work for long. Fana with it. Moves it up in front to Beastman. Couldn't get it through. As Almtuna will just get it out and into the zone, and no icing as they'll give chase to it in the corner. Moved out, Fana with it. He's moving quick, trying to make a move, puts it near net. Shot does get on net, finally saved by Benjamin. Doesn't pop out, unfortunately, for Točený Salámy. And Beastman just trying to hold on and get it out, and they eventually will. As Yassi with it, moves it back to his two defensemen. And it'll be a delayed penalty, and Almtuna eSport will go on the power play, and could be big for them as momentum seems like it was starting to flip on its head there, Endo.
Definitely. This is what you need to settle things up. Take it easy. Take your time. Have an opportunity right now to either just play it safe on the power play or go get that extra secure marker and keep it going.
Can't disagree there. As face-off won by Točený Salámy and Kumbik. It'll be dumped away. Beastman with it. Works it over to his right winger in Zvana. They work it down low. Beastman back to the point, and Bijum, and it's put on net and saved there by Reckful. And a clear out. Doesn't go far though. Right back into the neutral zone. As it'll be an offsides with 8:12 to go. And Almtuna just looking to hold on to dear life here for this lead.
Definitely. They want to get out of this penalty kill. They want to get out and make sure that they're efficient right here as they get the puck up and hopefully dump it right out. Oh, turnover in the neutral zone. That's not good.
And Almtuna will look to capitalize on that turnover as they work it up to Pillinup, and you'll be hit there as Točený Salámy trying to attack on the Penalty kill with 10 seconds left. Shot on net, he scores! Pepe Costa scores to tie it at 2 apiece with just 7:23 to go. The third, a huge goal for Točený Salámy there.
That is an absolute clutch moment right there. Get the puck, you see an opportunity, you see that right side of Benjamin is a little bit open. Take that shot, take that opportunity, and it pays off. He missed 100% of the shots you don't take, except this isn't one of them. So, 2-2 game.
And Točený Salámy, from being 2-0 down, the 2 goals there, the second period, don't bother them. They come back and score 2 of their own in the third, and we are tied here at 2 apiece late in the third, and an icing in the offensive zone of Almtuna, so we'll see if they can respond, but what a job there from none other than Točený Salámy, just staying in this game, staying at it, and not letting things get over them. A great effort for them, and now a tie game and a chance to win it. As the face-off will be won by Kumbik. It'll be worked up to Domin. Domin will turn it over to Yaze. Yaze on the attack with a look. Saved there by Rekful. And Točený Salámy look to counter as they'll go beyond the playing perimeters, and an icing will be called, and back into the Almtuna offensive zone will go.
It's a very, very close game right now. Both teams are being able to show different aspects of themselves to each other and saying not going to bend down. Oh, almost a close goal right there.
Oh, very close there. It was Yaze with it, but he couldn't finish at home to get past Rekful. 4 minutes to go, 2-2. The first 2 goals scored from Almtuna, and Točený Salámy responding with 2 of their own. The next one could very well be the winner. As Almtuna with it, they try to move it up, and that's Beastbed with it. Gets it up to his winger in Fana. Turned over, and Pepe Costa, the goal scorer, to tie this thing up. Gets it up to his forwards, and it'll go back over to Yiffy. And Točený Salámy will reset. Puck turned over to Pill it up, and he'll move it forward for Almtuna. Goes up to Fana, and it'll be turned over yet again as a big hit there over on the board. Wency with it, he moves up quick, and another big hit there on the blue line, and it'll be turned over, and Almtuna looking to get a goal with less than a minute to go here in the third. With his Fana, it'll be dumped around, a hit before he could get to the puck, no penalty called, however, and Pillin Up will reset. Bume with it, skates up, poked out of his grasp, and here's a chance here for Točený Salámy. Domin with it, still has it, goes behind the net, and it's turned over. A great play there from Pepe Costa, and another turnover there, this time caused by Točený Salámy. Shot on net, initial one saved, and it'll be thrown behind the net and broken out. 15 seconds to go. Yaze with it, works his way around, gives it down low to Fana. Empty net, delayed penalty here, and Almtuna will go on another power play with 6.3 to go window. Let's see if they can score, but nevertheless, they'll get this power play going into overtime if they don't.
Definitely. Let's see what they do right here. They have 6.8. They could go for it now and try and secure a win right here for game 1, or they could hold it up and take this into the extra free digit hockey that we have coming up. Let's see what happens.
Face-off one, and a shot by Bume, and blocked before it. He could even get on net for Rekful, as that will take us to the end of the third, and we said it was going to be a close one we got here in game 1. It will take extra hockey, overtime upcoming in a 2-2 game.
Definitely a good replay right there of the shot that tied this game up and kept it nice and even. You never know what's going to happen in this game and where you shoot from. Weird angles. He saw a shot, took an opportunity. Bam. Beautiful. 2-2 game as we go into the extra inning here at Sports Gaming.
As it was Yiffy with the game-tying goal for Točený Salámy, the left defenseman, as we get things settled here, and we go into overtime. 2-2 our scoreline, and 2 goals to start off for Almtuna eSport, and then 2 for Točený Salámy. You have to love the way that they're finding a way to respond here after things went down for them a little bit early, being a goal-scoring side the way they are.
Ooh, you can see right there on the replay right there. It was just underneath the glove as a goaltender, both in this game and IRL. Those are the ones you wish you could have back. definitely like the sweet spot for a scorer. Get in there, and it could be definitely for you. As we get going with puck drop here in the extra stage of hockey, who's going to win it? Who's going to take the early draw face-off right here? Bam. Big one right there for Točený Salámy.
And Kumbik, the beneficiary of it, as Točený Salámy will look to go into the offensive zone. They'll just dump it in, and Almtuna eSport will give chase and get it as Boom works it up to his Thunderman and Beast bed. Back over to Boom. Boom with it, just looking for an option, just waiting and surveying. Puts the puck on net and is blocked by Domine, and it'll be dumped by Yiffy. No icing called due to the power play. 30 seconds to go on that power play for Almtuna. It'll be Reckful that gets it, and he'll just put it into the corner safely, and it'll be dumped away from Wincy, and that will kill off the penalty, and we'll go back to 5-on-5. Dumped in safely, forced behind the net to Svana, and is put on net, but not securely enough, as Svana will get it back in the face-off dot. Works, looks for an option, turned over, great pickup by Domine, and Točený Salámy will look to work it up. Pass between the three forwards to no avail, and Yaze will pick it up and dump it behind, and Almtuna will reset here once again in what's been a pretty steady overtime period so far.
Definitely very even. You don't want to make a mistake. We said mistake for hockey in the first two, but this is definitely a one, and you're probably done for the game.
Absolutely. So Točený Salámy looking to get in, but Almtuna with the great turnover caused and the offside, as they will reset here in their own zone, and a great forecheck from Točený Salámy kind of pushing them back here as Boom looking for options, tried to hit over to Beastben, but turned over, and here comes Wincy. Wincy with it, tries to make a move to no avail. Great turnover there from Beastben. As they try to work it back over to Beastben, and pass doesn't connect. It's a turnover to Točený Salámy with it. Puck on net, he had it open, but he couldn't finish it. Wincy had the open net, but he just couldn't put it on net in time. Puck worked up to Fana. Fana with it, a great defensive play there by Yiffy to take that one away, and they'll work it up. Wincy with it. Looking down low is Yiffy. And the puck will be put on net and frozen by Benjamin. And we said things were kind of calm, and then all of a sudden, chaos ensues there the last couple of minutes.
Definitely. Big opportunities on both sides. Some great defensive play and some forcing positions. And like I said, entertaining hockey. Gotta love it. Especially it's free. Essentially right now with overtime.
As he has it with a puck on net, a shot on from Beastbed and sharply saved by Reckful on that one from the slot shot on net from the centerman, and we will get an offensive zone face-off on the right side.
Big save right there. Keeps your team in the game, keeps it tied, and keeps overtime rolling again.
Tied up, won by Almtuna. Yaze with it, he will be hit from behind, and it will be turned over. Yiffy with it, and he'll move it up to his left winger in Domine. Domine looking for an option. It's hit out of him. Great job by Fana to get it out of his possession. That's Točený Salámy. He'll get it right back. Domine with it, looking for a play. Doesn't get anything there. It's a great job by Pillin up this time to get it out for Almtuna. As they will work it back to Pillin up, and Almtuna will look to break it out here with a little bit under 6 minutes to go in the first overtime period. Wincy with it. Goes over to Beastbend as he tries to get it out of his own zone. Works it over behind him to Joom. As he'll be pressured by the forecheck of Domine. Yaze looks, doesn't get anything. Great fall by Stalwart, and Fana puts it in front. Saved there by Benjamin, and pop back out to the left side. In the corner behind the net, they work it up to Pillin up at the point. Back down to Beastbend, he shoots it, he scores it! Untitled eSport in overtime. Beastben puts it on net, trickles in, and Almtuna win game 1 3-2 in overtime with just 3 minutes to go.
Shades of all-star Danny Heatley from the Rockstar Zone. Absolute cannon. Absolute cannon from Ben. Picks it up right here, says, you know what? I'm going to put this on my back. Top cheese. Bing, bang. Game 1, Almtuna. Absolutely entertaining to watch.
And who else to call on but the captain to get the game winner? Beast Ben wins it for his team in game 1 at Almtuna eSport. 3-2 and a great comeback effort from Točený Salámy. It was rather back and forth overtime period, but you said it, Indo. It only takes one shot. Beast Ben, what, 2 goals? The one he needed in that overtime he got.
Absolutely outstanding play. That's called being the captain of your team. Sometimes you got to step up and get things done when your team sometimes is a little bit sluggish in some areas. Absolute cannon. This is entertaining. This is where it is. This is what it is. This is where it's at. This is best hockey on right now in this directory. Super biased, man. But you know what?
Sports Gamer GG. Sports Gamer GG. You can only get games like this here, man. The best teams and the best players in the EU play right here as we get another look at that overtime goal. And you kind of said it, just a perfectly placed shot, and might have taken a little bit of a bounce there, but you put that puck on net. He saw that space, and Beast Ben taking advantage of it right there.
Looking back at the replay, it looks a little bit on the outside of the Rockstar zone, but I think we'll let it pass. I think we'll give it to him.
As we will get another look at all of our goals here. And we mentioned the ECL. Remember, you can sign up here for yourself as we kick off our ECL spring season here in just a couple of weeks. We wrap up the winter, we get into the spring, and obviously we will talk a lot more about that here during the broadcast. But you kind of look at the way this game 1 went, you can see the shot on net, and it just felt like Almtuna eSport, despite losing that 2-goal lead, they always kept it in. They were really able to generate offensive chances for themselves.
Definitely. They kept it very close. Neither team was down nor out realistically in this game. A lot of bounces each way, and sometimes that's just how it goes, especially right here with the pileup in front, and you never know where that puck's going to end up or where your goalie's going to end up sliding to, and you just got to capitalize on the chances that you get.
And that was the opening goal right there that they got on that rebound opportunity. And that play, that was a perfect example of what you were talking about. And it was just, you put that puck on net, and when it takes that bounce, you really never know where it's going to go or where it's going to end up. If it ends up on someone's stick, it could easily be a scoring opportunity. As there's maybe the snipe of the day there from the left defenseman and Yippee for Točený Salámy. That was the play that got them back in this game to tie it 2-2. As we will work our way back to the studio as one more look of the Beast Ben overtime winner there. And Almtuna eSport, a 3-2 victory in game 1. They take the opening game in the series and some positive momentum going in for them, as we will talk a little bit more about that. But before we do, a quick word from our great sponsors here for the ECL quarterfinals. Game 1 finish. Almtuna eSport winning in overtime. 3-2. We will be right back here in just a short minute. Don't go anywhere.
Oispa nakki. Kuoreton. Vai sellainen, että kuoret on? Pääasia, nakit on.
Wilhelm Werneri. Kuoreton tai kuoret on.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
As we were back here in the studio, Brandon Bigsby, aka B Major, and another Indo Mills right beside me. And Indo, you said it, you were expecting entertainment. We were treated to entertainment and then some with a thrilling overtime game 1 there between these two sides.
Definitely. It was very entertaining from the beginning of puck drop to the Rockstar zone score there right at the end, putting your team on your back. Woo. Now it makes you really think about what aspects are going to be coming in for game 2. Are you going to change things up or keep things the same way they were? Personally, I wouldn't change a damn thing. So far, it's going really, really well for both teams. Very competitive, very opportunistic shots. Take shots from wherever, because at this point, with this current state of everything, you never know what's going to go in. You could take a shot from your end of the net, just dump it on net, and it could go. It could probably go in. You never know.
Yeah, and we kind of saw a little bit of that there in the first game as we transition our way over to game 2. And obviously, Yendo, we talked about a lot of these players in the open. We saw some of them step up here in game 1, especially Benjamin in net for Almtuna eSport. We saw Beast Ben step up, the center and captain. Who do you think needs to step up here in this game 2 for both these sides? This could be a game that maybe sways the way that the series goes momentum-wise.
That gives me a big think. So far I think it's just going to be defensive either way for both teams entirely. So far you saw it was very defensive and it was very conserved and conservative play. Not a lot of mistakes, mistake-free hockey, but obviously the 1-2 mistakes end up causing the game itself. But you never know. You never know with this game. And I think it will again be another defensive game, a very defensive game. Can't wait to see how this goes for game 2.
Well, there might not be many mistakes made, but you want to know what would be a mistake? Not signing up for the ECL Spring 22 season. Sign-ups are open. Teams and players are gathering. As we close the book on our winter season here, we open the chapter of spring season for 22. We've seen many champions crowned. We've seen a lot of great games. If you want your team to maybe get into the competition, play the best in Europe, maybe get your game broadcasted right here, twitch.tv/sportsgamergg, sign up today. I promise you, the best league that you can sign up for on the European side. I have no doubt in my mind about it. And Endo, it's been fun to call. I can't even imagine how fun it is to play.
Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. I was even thinking of signing up being an import player, but then I realized that's a long distance to travel. That's a long distance to travel, a lot of ping.
Oh yeah, the connection would not be pretty, but I'm sure these two teams have a perfectly good connection as we kick off our game 2. Almtuna moving up in the all-red uniforms, while this time Točený Salámy in the white uniforms and black helmets.
Well, those are nice uniforms. Those are clean.
Hey, I'm a uniform guy myself. I'm not even going to lie. Those are pretty clean, I have to admit. As Almtuna will look to move things up, and it'll be worked back, and they'll reset to the two defensemen of Bume and Pillinup. It'll be turned over and brought back to Točený Salámy's defensemen as they work it up. And Bume will get it back, and that steady pace once again here the first 5 minutes we saw, but a turnover here. As Wincy with it, trying to find something, doesn't, and it'll be a turnover once again as Yaze will move it up. Buck move over, and it'll be an offsides. As we are about 6 minutes through the first period, if you're just now joining us, Almtuna eSport won game 1, 3-2 in overtime off the stick of Beast Ben. As Točený Salámy in the offensive zone trying to tie the series up here in game 2. As they're working on, shot goes wide, couldn't get it on net for Benjamin. As our game 1 prediction, pretty interesting, 80% in favor of Salámy, while just 20% for Almtuna. So Almtuna kind of defying all odds of shots on net on Benjamin, and he will keep freeze a few dangerous opportunities, Domi especially on that second look, but Benjamin continuing to be sharp here in this game too.
Definitely a lot of opportunities going each way for each team right now. Very conservative, like we said before. One mistake will make it through. Oh, big save right there from the goaltender.
Benjamin with another big save there for Almtuna. As Točený Salámy all over it the last few minutes in the offensive zone as they try to continue to work. Puck will be cleared out into the opposite side zone, and Točený Salámy will look to work to get back in. Domi with it. Passes it over to Pepe Costa. As he works it down low, passes it up to the point. Back over to Domi, and spin move, looking for some space. Couldn't get it as it just hits off of the right winger and finally there, and it'll be moved back over for Točený Salámy and back to Almtuna there as they look to counter in the offensive zone. Now as a shot goes wide there, tried to put it on net, but to no avail. It'll be an offsides called with 7:20 to go here in the first period.
Again, very mistake-free hockey, taking opportunities when you can. A little offside there. Couldn't collect the puck the way he wanted it to, and so far reset outside of the neutral zone.
It'll be worked into the offensive zone of Točený Salámy, but offside. to be called to go to the opposite side. Face off to the left of Reckful. Face off win by Kuhnbeek. And he'll work it up. Turned over, great defensive effort there as that blue line defense stepping up again there for Almtuna. So they look to work it up. Yiffy steps up. Doesn't have much, and it'll be turned over. As another turnover, this time in the defensive zone. A chance there. Domi gets hit. Gets it back, looks, doesn't have any space, and a great defensive effort there yet again from Almtuna, especially from Pillin up there, and there will be an icing yet again with 4:12 to go, and it feels like Točený Salámy getting some chances, but the defensive efforts of Almtuna just not letting them capitalize.
Definitely very defensive hockey. I think at this point, an icing is just a breath of fresh air for both of these teams right now. I think they both have decent stamina going through right now, not lacking the stamina going through, and just great gameplay. I keep saying it a lot, but it's just great gameplay so far from both teams.
Can't disagree as Fana moves it up to Jaze, and is saved by Reckful. Another shot on it. That one finds its way through. A score from the defenseman in Pillin, and once again, Almtuna eSport get the scoring started in Game 2.
What a cannon. Take the rebound, take the pass when you can. Beautiful pass right there to set it up for the 1T. Clap, bam, boom. Almtuna takes a lead right now. Again. Another lead.
Captain to assistant captain. My apologies, Lindo. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but like you were saying, just a great play. Get the shot on net. Doesn't work out the first time. They used that initial pass to pass it over to Pillin for the goal. A great play there from Almtuna to get the lead 1-0 as we enter the latter stage of this first period. Shot on, saved there once again by Reckful, moving across there to just take a scoring chance away there from Fana. 20 seconds to go.
Big save up there, right over there, to keep that a 1-0 game.
And a 1-0 game it will stay as we move into the second period. The story, Almtuna eSport yet again Pillin with the opening goal in the first period, as you can see that once again right here.
Definitely. Big opportunity right at the end of the period there as well, too, with that throwing on net. I think both teams are realizing right now, just throw it on, and magic could happen. Big pass right there. Big clap. And again, 1-0 right now for Almtuna. Not known for their offensive prowess more defensively, but they're showing right now they can still dish it out. That is the defining aspect of a top team as we look right now at the matchups currently in terms of points after the first period. So far, 5 shots in favor of Točený Salámy, but at the end of the day, it's not about how many, it's about how many are in the net itself, as Almtuna has that one lead. Big hits right now for Almtuna as well. Passing, both even, and time on attack, also an aspect where you think the team that has the puck more would end up having a bigger score. So far, not the case. Like we said, throw it on net, anything can happen, and so far, it's been working out in Almtuna's favor.
And I have to agree with you there, as you're kind of seeing it. It's interesting because Almtuna just 33 seconds of time on attack, but like you said, just kind of keeping with Točený Salámy as they move it into the offensive zone here. It's Jaze with it, and he'll move around, tries to get it over to the centerman in Beastbin, but does not connect. And Točený Salámy looking to counter. Works it down low. Looking for something. It'll be turned over, and here's a chance here for Fana. A little bit of space, moves it over to Beastbin, back over to Fana, puts the puck on net, but it's blocked before it can get on net to Reckful. And Almtuna will get it back. Jaze with it. Looking for options. Couldn't find what he was looking for, and a turnover cause there from Točený Salámy as they look to go on the other end, but another defensive stop from Almtuna. Trying to work it up the left side. No in there. It'll be an icing to the Točený Salámy offensive zone.
Just a quick notice to head back right now. Just looking back at some of our notes from last game. Last game was an 80-20 prediction in favor of Točený Salámy. So far, what are you thinking right now? How do you feel like this game's going to go in terms of, obviously, Almtuna having a lead right now, but do you think it's going to swing back in their favor?
That's a big save from Benjamin. I think it's hard to say that it doesn't. Točený Salámy being a really good offensive team, it's one of those things where it's so hard to keep a team like that at bay for so long and not allow them to score. They've done a good job at it. We saw it in game 1. It was just a run that they got. As unfortunately for them, it's not going to happen right now. It's a power play for Almtuna, the penalty taken. So a chance for them to maybe extend this lead to 2 like they did here in game 1.
Definitely. There is a lot of bad penalties being taken right now from Salámy. Maybe it's nervousness or being antsy of getting back into the game itself. But like we said, one of those can cost you, and fingers crossed doesn't cost you right now.
As it was Yife called for the tripping penalty, he'll be in the box for 2, and Točený Salámy trying not to allow what happened last game happen again in game 2, a 2-0 deficit that was. To start this game out, it was a shot on net. Blocked before it could really get there. It'll be worked in the corner, and it will be taken away from Točený Salámy and cleared out by Wincy. 50 seconds to go on the power play for Almtuna. Not a lot of chances so far. The one shot on net, however, was blocked as they try to work it again. And this time, Domine takes it away, and they'll reset with 20 seconds to go. Final with it. Couldn't find anything in the middle. Will be cleared out as Domine works it up, and we're back to 5-on-5 action. Or 6v6, depending on who you might ask. Shout out to Mr. F5 Penguin. He uses that one a lot. As Domine moves over to Costa. Looks for a shot, and it's just a little bit off as Kumbik down low puts it on net, saved by Benjamin, and Točený Salámy kill off that penalty and get right back to work offensively.
It was definitely a scary opposition right there coming through with the Točený Salámy. Coming through with obviously like an extra man on there, but Skater got in front of the wake when he's coming out of the box and might have ruined their opportunity to have a quick fast break on the after coming off the PK.
As Almtuna will look to work it back up and will not see the offensive zone as it'll be worked back from Točený Salámy. Look to get into the offensive zone. The no avail. Svana will get it. Back to Puma. Big hit there on the boards. Yaze took an absolute bomb of a hit there at the blue line. He's just coming back into the picture here, as you can see, but nevertheless, Točený Salámy gets possession, and it'll be moved up here from Kumbik. Puck dumped down in the corner, picked up by Yaze. Shot on net from the right side, and it will not see on net. A good chance there for Costa. And it will be swallowed up by Benjamin with 5:21 to go. And you're kind of seeing the aggressiveness of Točený Salámy kind of come out now, trying to get back into this game.
Definitely some aspects of urgency to get one in as soon as you can. You definitely don't want to go too long playing from behind. Like they have experience from the first game. Definitely get one on as soon as possible.
As Almtuna looking to break into the offensive zone, will not be able to. A great pickoff there by Costa. Works it down to the corner. It'll be picked up by Almtuna as Bume will go in, dump it. Will be picked up before it sees the boards. As both teams kind of stuck in neutral right now in the neutral zone. Nevertheless, as Yaze will get it and try to work it up, gets it over to his right winger, and Fana tries to get a puck on net. First shot saved by Reckful, and he will hold on and cover, not going to allow any crazy chances here for the opposition.
Definitely big play there from Reckful, being the rock that he is right now, keeping that team within reach and keeping it a 1-0 game.
Face off to the left of Reckful. It'll be one over and shot and scored. A beautiful face-off play from Almtuna eSport. And there goes that man again. Pilling up. Excuse me, it was not pilling up. It was Beast Ben. Excuse me. Once again, the man that got the game winner in game 1 gets the one to take it to 2 in game 2.
Definitely a big goal right there to take a 2-0 lead. I feel like we've been here before. I feel like we've had a 2-0 lead before, and I wonder if it's going to repeat the exact same way. So far, it's looking good for Almtuna.
As Beast Ben gets the goal, he had 2 goals in game 1, his 3rd of the series, to make it a 2-0 Almtuna eSport lead with Under a minute to go in the second period. We'll see if Točený Salámy can respond. As Almtuna just trying to drain this clock down, they'll find some space. Here's a chance here. Fauna on net save by Reckful to end the period. And it'll be a 2-0 lead for Almtuna. And it's on the stick of Beast Ben that we got here. A great face-off play offensively there from Almtuna there.
Definitely big play. Win that back. Centerman goes in front of the net just to pile anything in front. Big play. Absolutely. That was a pass. I thought it was just a redirected shot opportunity. That's something else. As we'll go right here to the breakdown of the second period and the combined right now. Again, Točený Salámy has the bigger opportunities with timeout attack, but it did go down this period because of the power play the penalty that they had to take, as well as having less hits. Usually the team that hits more is the one that's usually behind, but you can tell with the hit right there in the little screen that we have on the left side over there. Tells you you can still hit, you can still dish it out as long as you know when you can dish those out, and that's the difference between a top team and a mid to lower tier team. As we'll get started right here with the third period, 2-0 lead. Almtuna also has a 1-0 lead in the series with game 2 coming up right here.
As we enter the third period, Almtuna looking to hold on to a 2-0 lead in the game and make it a 2-0 series lead. As a big breakaway save there by Reckful, and could that maybe be the turning point for Točený Salámy trying to get back into this game?
Definitely Reckful being a absolute stone. Again, as earlier mentioned, but then he got scored on. But so far, it's looking so good. He's keeping his team in when he has to. He can't get them all, but he's getting as many as he can right now as we go offside in this play.
Like, I've never seen a perfect person. I've never seen a perfect goalie. Reckful, no different despite some of the goals let in this game. He's been spectacular throughout the series. You can see why he had that great stat line that we talked about earlier, as Almtuna will work into the offensive zone and give it down to Fauna. Worked over to Yaze down low. And a great job, a turnover caused by Yiffy. Gives it to his defensive partner, Pepe Costa, and now it'll be turned over, and Fauna will give chase. And it'll go back into the possession of Točený Salámy as they'll work it up. Kumbik with it, gives it over to Domin. Over to Pepe Costa. Shot was blocked before it could get on net. And the Reckful saying, I can get up into the play too. He'll break it out, and once he takes it, took the hit as well, and it will be turned over into the possession of Untitled eSport.
That was a smart play by Reckful to get up there and dump that puck to the side. Could have been a lot of nasty play right there with a potential 2-1-0.
As he avoided that, tried to do a little shot on the breakout up the board, but to no avail. Domin all over. He will turn it over, however, this time. And now Yaze will come up and get it. A beautiful spin move, but unfortunately, Domin was on the other side of it, tried to get past and make a pretty move to get some space, but to no avail. Fauna with it. Nearly halfway through the third, Almtuna perfectly fine with just letting that clock drain, Nindo.
Definitely. They have the lead right now. Park the bus. Keep it very, very simple. Mistake-free hockey, as I love to mention. Just keep it going. You got the hot hand right now. Ride it out so you take that 2-0 lead and going into game 3.
As Yiffy works it up to a centerman in Kumbik. Gets over to Wincy. Shot on net, a little bit of space, doesn't get that second look. Domin with it behind the net, lots of traffic down there. About 2 or 3 red jerseys. Domin still comes up with it before being picked off by Bume and put over to Beastbed.
Absolute great play right there. Right now, Benjamin's being an absolute rock in net as he makes a quick little pad save to get a whistle coming up over here to the right of him. He's playing very, very well, very, very strong where he needs to be. Točený Salámy is putting that puck behind the net still, trying to cycle it, make sure their goalie gets a little mistake to break through, but so far, no dice.
Have to agree with you there, as it'll be a power play here for Točený Salámy and a timeout they will call as well. And let's see, about 7.5 minutes to go. Could this be the opportunity Točený Salámy needs? We saw them score 2 in the third period last game. They need to do it here, but with a little bit less time on their hands.
Definitely, this could be an opportunistic moment for them. They need something to go, and something to go very, very quickly. Anything that can work in their favor is needed, and especially right now, having your first power play, I believe, of the series so far. And this is definitely a moment that you really, really need to get something going as fast and as soon as possible, because you don't want to be down 2-0 with less than 5 minutes to go. You've had comebacks like that before, but you never know.
Hey, man, absolutely. We've seen some crazy things, and this would not necessarily be on the list. Still a lot of time, but have to take advantage of your power play here. Is pilling up in the box for Almtuna eSport. See if Točený Salámy can take advantage. Shot on net there from Domi, and saved by Benjamin, who's going to have to continue to be sharp. Another shot on that. Put in and scored! The goal from Wincy, the right winger, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered from Točený Salámy. A 2-1 game and lots of time left to get that game tire.
Definitely, like we said right there, just put it on net. You saw that he was covering the post in the VH order. You put it on there, you get something happen, and that was exactly what they needed. 2-1 right now. I feel like we've been here before. I can't put my finger on it. Let's see where this goes.
Familiar territory, says my friend Endo, and 6:20 to go. We'll see if we can maybe get the same outcome we got in game 1. A tying goal from Točený Salámy and maybe extra hockey to follow it. As Bume will look to work it, it'll end up in the stick of Yaze. As Fana tries to work, Almtuna just trying to drain that time, not letting Točený Salámy get into the zone as they do right here. Acosta with it, puts the puck on net, and it'll be swallowed up by Benjamin with a little under 4 minutes to go.
Big plays right here. You can tell this team is very antsy to get into the play and get something on net. Something's got to give. Like I said, it's good to go into the last 5 minutes just down by 1, not down by 2, because it puts a whole different perspective. Instead of needing just 2 goals, you only need just 1. Excuse me.
As Yaze will take it, and no one there on that pass, but that's completely fine. It's a turnover here. Wincy with it in front, but picked up there by Fana. A huge defensive play there from the right winger of Almtuna. And they'll get it up to him and up to Yaze. Under 2 minutes to go. Točený Salámy looking to find the tying answer. Almtuna just holding possession. Yaze with it, gets it up to the point to Bume. Puts the puck on net, a little bit wide. May have trickled off the post a little bit there. And shot on net in front, but saved there by Reckful. And Točený Salámy looks to move it up under a minute to go when they will see an offside with 48.9 left.
Definitely big moments right here. They need a goal. They need something to go through. They have less than a minute to go right through. And it appears that we have a timeout coming right now for Točený Salámy. Just taking a breather. Relaxing, getting the game plan coming up, and can't wait to see what they have planned in their bag of tricks. They've come back before with a 2-0 deficit. Let's see if they can repeat it again here in game 2.
As if you're just joining us, we saw a similar instance in game 1. Almtuna with a 2-0 lead. Točený Salámy were able to find 2 right back and take it to overtime. Almtuna did end up winning that game 3-2 in said overtime, but looking to take care of business in regulation. It's a breakaway for Fana. Backhand, couldn't get it. It might have been blocked there by Pepe Costa as Točený Salámy looking to counter. It's up to Pepe Costa at the point. Puck skied over the net and into the crowd with 25.6 to go. How about that breakaway stop, however, from Točený Salámy? Absolutely huge.
That was an amazing save right there from Reckful. Holy jumping. Coming out, flying poke check, making the stop, and we have another stop right here from Benjamin. Just absolute perfect execution. You gotta love a good flying poke check if you're a player or if you're a goalie yourself.
See a lot of the top goalies using it. It worked right there as Pepe Costa's body went flying there too as it's tied up. 15 seconds to go. Almtuna looking to hold on. Beastman with it, goes down, a shot on net, however. That's Točený Salámy looking to work it. 6 seconds left, have to get something on net, and it's offsides with 5.4, but might not be the worst results. Just get that stoppage and hope for a play on the faceoff.
I am surprised that there was no goalie pull there. And it looks like we have the captain of Almtuna having a little bit of an injury right there. I wonder if it's going to affect his play right here in a crucial moment where you have to win that faceoff draw to basically secure this win right here. 5.4 excuse me, left in this period.
It'll be tied up. Točený Salámy will win it, but will not get a chance. Almtuna eSports once again win it, this time in Game 2. A 2-1 victory, and they lead the series now 2-0 with a solid grasp on the series going into Game 3.
Definitely a big lead you want to have as the defensive team, because right now you can just play shutdown like you have before. Big play of the game, definitely for sure, is Benjamin. Big stop right here on the pad. Good freeze to keep it nice and even. Big hit right there. This game was definitely in Almtuna's favor. 100%. They might have not have been on there on the score sheet, but they're doing very, very, very well.
As a great game from Benjamin, arguably star number 1, a 16-save performance on 17 shots, leads his team in Almtuna eSport to a 2-1 victory here in Game 2, a 2-0 series lead now, and now this Game 3 pretty much enters must-win territory here for Točený Salámy.
Definitely. You don't want to go down 3-0 in a game, especially on the second day of a event like this. You can tell, like, right there, Točený Salámy should have had this game in the bag with 17 shots compared to Almtuna's 7. But you never know. You put pucks on net, sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. That's just the nature of hockey and nature of EA NHL 22.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes as well, just the quality of shots that you're putting on net, if you're really testing that goaltender enough to really get that good look on. So we'll see if Točený Salámy, now after 2 games, neither going in their favor. We'll see if they look to adapt and change anything, or if they keep things going, as they are getting opportunities, just none of them seeming to find themselves in the net.
Definitely. I'm not really sure what you would do for both teams, because they're both working. Technically, they're both working out fine, because the opportunities are happening for both teams, but it's just that Benjamin is just being the wall that he is. He's just sticking in there, showing us why he had that .88 goals against average going into this series right here. I can't find any mistakes in their game. They just gotta. I don't know how many more pucks they have to get on that in order to go in, but I think they have to really pepper them as much as they can.
As we get a look of all 3 goals, the first 2 from Almtuna, and the last goal there from Točený Salámy. Unfortunately, couldn't find one more to tie this game up, but nevertheless, I think, like you said, you do have some positives that you take out of this, being able to have 17 shots on net. It was only a 1-goal game, but just nevertheless not able to find that extra one to push this thing into overtime. But we'll talk a little bit more about Game 2 here in just a minute. Once again, final score, Almtuna eSport win 2-1, lead the series 2-0. But before we get into that, before we transition into our third and final game of the night, let's hear a word from our great sponsors at Mukana Wilhelm and the Kovalan Lockracy. Don't go anywhere. Game 3 on the other side. We will be right back in just a moment.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Oispa nakki. Kuoret on. Vai sellainen, että kuoret on. Pääasia, nakit on.
Wilhelm Werneri. Kuoreton tai kuoret on.
And we're back as we've wrapped up Game 1, we've wrapped up Game 2, and we look forward to our final game of the night here. Game 3, Almtuna eSport up 2-0 in the series, looking to really take a stranglehold here on the series to go up 3-0. But just to kind of put a bow here on what we just saw, and you kind of mentioned it, just not Almtuna, excuse me, Točený Salámy really peppering and putting shots on net from Almtuna, just not able to find that answer. Do you think they kind of continue that here going into this Game 3, or do you think they maybe take their time and look for that extra pass to really get some space and get a good shot on?
really makes you think. I think both aspects have been tried so far with this team. So I think at the beginning they come out firing all cylinders, going right through. And if that doesn't work, end up playing a defensive style, getting one if they can early. It's just Benjamin's honestly an absolute stud in net. There's not really much you can do aside from peppering him as much as you can. Because if you can't get the puck in the net, what can you do? You can't win a game. So you never know what to expect. You could get one early, get more shots on net. It seems like they had to put in like 20 to 30 shots on net to get a goal right now. So maybe they have to do that. Maybe they means a less defensive game from this team. But then you have to worry because Almtuna has very, very good offense right now, and they're showing that they are a defensive team, but they can obviously, put the puck in the net.
Absolutely, and if you want to be able to put the puck in the net yourself, sign up for the ECL's Spring 22 season. Sign-ups are open as we close the book here on our winter season, this being the last of our finals, and we start up the ECL spring season as the flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping, and hockey aplenty here at Sports Gamer GG. So if you want to sign up, or if you have a team that wants to sign up to participate here in this great league and play with some of the best that Europe has to offer, make sure you go to sportsgamer.gg and sign up for this upcoming spring season for the ECL. I promise you will not regret it. So fun to watch, so fun to play in, I'm sure, and the spring season to be no different. As we get game 3 underway, it's a quick chance for Točený Salámy, wasting no time, but the puck did not see itself on net as another chance, but blocked by his own offensive teammate in Domi, as Almtuna just looking to kind of calm things down and get out of the zone.
Definitely. Big play right here. Big shot, and that goes wide.
It'll go over to Yiffy. And it'll be turned over to Almtuna, looking to counter here as puck nearer than that, but did not oppose too much danger, luckily for Reckful. Točený Salámy looked to counter. Domi with it, fighting forward, does not win that battle. It'll end up in the stick of Yama. Točený Salámy will work it around, and it'll be moved up and dumped in, but not before it hits the body of Bume, who will take it himself and look to reset to break it out. Fana with it. Turned over and back over to Yiffy, and pretty back and forth ever since the first couple of flurries, but Točený Salámy looking to kind of continue the momentum they had in the third period of game 2, as we will see an offside with 13-13 to go in the first.
Definitely. You can see right now that Točený Salámy is very, very pushy, and they want to get that goal in really, really soon and early. So far, hopefully so good. Keep the pressure on, get pucks in there, take shots from, at this point, anywhere you can, and let's see what happens.
Točený Salámy yet to hold a lead in this series so far, looking to change those fortunes here in the first period. Really aggressive to start out as they look to move the puck forward. Tried to get it over to their left winger in Domi, but to no avail, and it'll be turned over into the possession of Beastman for Almtuna. Yaze with it, and there'll be an offsides after the pass, just a little bit off with the attempt. And we will reset here with a face-off in the neutral zone. Face-off won by Beastman. Being with it, and it is turned over off of the board over to Pepacosta. Salámy look to break into the zone. They do try to put a shot on net. Doesn't go. It's Wincy with a shot from the point, and it will not go. And Almtuna looking to counter. Yaze with it, gives it over to Beastman. Beastman with a beautiful pass over to Fana, and he scores it. Fana with the opening goal for Almtuna. They scored the opening goal in all 2 games. They do it a third. A 1-0 lead for Almtuna eSport.
What a feed through 2 defensemen onto it, using that close quarters, puts it in the back of the net right there. And again, Almtuna taking another lead, 3rd time in a row, 3rd time's the charm, going it right through, getting a lead. I think this is the fastest they've gotten that lead so far, and so far so good. Another lead coming in right here, 1-0.
You would be right on that, Endo. They scored the first goal in game 1 in the second period, and this game 2, it was a little bit later on in the first, and This time they score with a little bit over 8 minutes to go and get a 1-0 lead as Točený Salámy once again find themselves down. They get a shot on net, but saved by Benjamin.
He's in an absolute stud right now, Benjamin. He's a cornerstone of this team's defense. And again, I won't be surprised if Almtuna just rests it out and plays like a park the bus kind of style, only defensively. But they're getting up in the rush. They're taking opportunities and they're making it count.
They've been a solid offensive side here in the series. A few nice plays they've had on their goals. They'll look to continue that. Is never comfortable with a 1-goal lead as they'll be icing it into the Točený Salámy offensive zone for this next faceoff. Shots 1-1 for these two teams. A little bit over 14 minutes in. Face-off won by Beastben over to Bume. Couldn't get it out, however, gives it over to Kumbik and does not get the clear look, and it'll go over to Almtuna eSports and Yaze. Turned over and back to the defense of Točený Salámy. They work it over to Kumbik. Kumbik gives it over to Wincy, and he'll be turned over. Almtuna Salámy looking to work it. No space there for Fana that time. It'll be turned over once again, and Točený Salámy trying to just find a way to get back here in this game and get back into the series. Down 2-0 in the series, down 1-0 in the first period of Game 3 as Almtuna looking to extend their lead here. Beastben with it. He'll go into the neutral zone and offside, and Točený Salámy who calls a turnover. Domin could make a move. It'll be turned over, and here's a chance here. Pilling up with it, stops, gives it over to Fana. Couldn't get a shot on net. It was a promising chance there for Almtuna eSport.
Still a smart play regardless. Still a smart play regardless on that play right there.
And Salámy scores it in the centerman, and Kumbik opens it up for Točený Salámy. A big goal to tie this thing up.
I think I jinxed it right there by saying there was a smart play when they're in the opposing zone. Right there, that's just coughing up the puck. That is a crucial mistake right there. And I think, honestly, the first one we've really seen from Almtuna eSports so far in this matchup in the final. And that obviously goes right through, pass over to, and put it back in the net. And then I'll put a wrap on a bow onto period number 1. Very interesting period. You're going to have this goal right here from Savannah with the 1T right through 2 defensemen right around him, back of the net. But I think the bigger play was a turnover on the other end right at the end of the period right there. Absolutely an opportunity that you need to capitalize on. And as you can see, they did. 1-1 going through right now at the end of the first period.
It was something that we've seen from Točený Salámy a few times, using that forecheck and kind of making Almtuna struggle a little bit to get out of their defensive zone, and they haven't been able to take advantage of it, but they do right there. And I mean, Endo, it couldn't have come at a bigger time. Down 1-0 in the game, down 2-0 in the series. You need something to go your way, and Točený Salámy with what could potentially be a momentous goal for them going into the second.
Definitely, as we take a look right here, the pass right through gets off of a skate and then bang, bang, top corner. Good shot placement. Good opportunity to recover from a bad game.
Fair enough, my friend. As we enter the second period, tied at 1 apiece, you can see the lineup on the bottom left and right of your screen, courtesy of everyone at Sports Gamer GG, the great job they do behind the scenes to make tools like that work, and a great chance there from Almtuna, but doesn't connect to get on Reckful. Once he will dump it down low, it will be given chase by Beastben, and he'll clear it up to his winger in Yaze. Bume will step up, and it'll be an offside, and will return for a neutral zone faceoff.
Definitely. This is a weird feeling. Both games so far, they've had a lead, Almtuna, they've had a lead going into the third period. Now this is different territory. It seems like they don't know how to play in terms of having this weird tie feeling with, it's essentially still like a 0-0 game. But 1-1 this early on is definitely something new. Ooh, big play right there, big pass, and going through. Oh, we have a penalty coming up.
A power play chance for Almtuna. We've seen them have a few chances, and it will be a penalty from Domine. You can see the interference there at the end of that play in the offensive zone, slashing. So Almtuna on the power play. We'll see if they can convert here.
I guess they're a little bit too antsy to get up on the lead, having that tie game. So far, power play, let's see how it goes, like you said.
24% on the power play is Almtuna, 85% on the PK was Točený Salámy during the regular season. So a solid power play versus a solid PK meet up here. We'll see who will prevail in what is a 1-1 game. It could be a big goal here if Almtuna were to score it. Beastben with it, where it's over to Yaze. Yaze back over to Bume. Looking for options. Tried to just pass that one away, but to no avail. Beastben with it. Tried to give it over to Yaze in front, but no shot on that. Yaze gets it back. Works. Gives it back over to the point. Back over to Yaze. Back to Bume. Shot on net from the right defenseman and pin up, but no. Pillin up. Tried to get that on net, but it was blocked. And it will just be dumped away from Točený Salámy, and the power play will be killed off. A pretty solid power play for Almtuna, but could not get on the score sheet.
Definitely. Big dump over there, and a big hit as well to cause the play to be disrupted. That looked very, really scary over there for Almtuna.
Once he tried to work it into the zone, but to no avail, and now Almtuna will try to work in themselves. Fano with it, looking. Turned over. A great play there by Kumbik. He passes it over to Domine. Turned over, and now Almtuna on the counter. Yaze with it, gives it over to Beastben. He's had some big goals. Gonna get another here. Pass in front, no one there. Beastben with it, tried to put the shot on. It was blocked and hit before he could. They do get it on finally, but Reckful stops that one before it goes anywhere.
Big plays right now. This is where you need your goaltender to be very, very solid, especially in a close game like this. You need this game. If you're Točený Salámy, you need this game completely.
Indeed, this Almtuna up 2-0 in the series, winning both games by a goal, 3-2 in overtime in game 1, and a 2-1 regulation victory in game 2. So, Ando, I think you said it best, a must-win situation here for Točený Salámy. That's face-off on the right side. It will be won by Beastben over to, Pillin up. So Točený Salámy will work it through. Wensi with it. Doesn't have much. Finds Domine. Shot on net. Saved and swallowed up by Benjamin, and he'll freeze. Točený Salámy yet to have a lead throughout this series. Could be a chance to get their first here with the offensive zone faceoff. They tie it up. Wensi tried to pull the between the legs deke, but to no avail. Točený Salámy will reset. Bume with it. He's pressure on the forecheck. Turns it over nearly. Does end up going to Točený Salámy. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. A scrum behind the net. Beastben comes out with the puck. Tries to pass it up. A great saucer pass over to Fana. And a better defensive play by Yif right there. It's going to be dumped down low. Chance for Wensi. Scrum for the puck. And it'll go back up to the point to Pepe Costa. Puck down in the corner. Beastben with it, giving it over to Bume, and he will not be able to connect on that long pass, but giving chase to it was the two wingers in Yaze and Fana, and they will be able to keep possession. As they'll turn over, and Točený Salámy will look to set up here in the offensive zone and get the breakout going. Domine with it. Shot on that goes wide there. Almtuna looking to respond. Pretty back and forth so far. Not a lot of chances. And defensive effort. Shot on that block this time by Točený Salámy. Yaze with it. Puck finds its way over to Beastben. Now over to Fana. Big hit over in the corner on Beastben. And Točený Salámy have numbers. Domine trying to find his way. As well, Timu finds the shot on net, but a better save there from Benjamin. As 5 seconds to go, Almtuna just looking to clear this out. And it'll go offsides with 1.3 to go. And right when we said there was a little bit of calm, the storm hits.
Yeah, it was a really, really calm aspect in this game so far. And just big save right there from Benjamin, keeping this game a 1-1 tie.
As you saw Domine using that L2 move, just kind of pivoting his body to create that space, and got a good look on Benjamin, but not able to put it home. A better save from the Almtuna goaltender. And I think for the first time that we've been able to say this all series long, we entered the third period tied at 1 apiece. Last goal from Točený Salámy Kumbik in the first period. No goals for either side in the second. And Endo, I think if you're Točený Salámy, you have to like how you're feeling here going into the third.
Definitely. You're both playing into their game, but also figuring out a way to get past that goalie and Benjamin, because he's been on fire, and they're figuring it out. So far, so good. I like the way this is going. They're playing with a lot more fire under them. Right now, shots are 7-4 in favor of Salámy, and we're going to see how it ends up over here. Third period coming up right here. Game 3. Who's going to take the game 3 and go into a lead? Is it going to be Almtuna, or is it going to be Točený Salámy getting a crucial win so they're not down and almost out into tomorrow's games?
Our final period of the night potentially could see some extra hockey like we did in the game 1, but have to get here first. I know both of these teams hoping not to get there. As a chance there. Goes just a little bit wide potentially as Benjamin made a sprawling save attempt. And his Almtuna eSport team will work it up into the offensive zone. Ends up being picked up by Točený Salámy as they try to work it through. Both teams kind of stuck in the neutral zone as of now, and Bume will end up getting it. Ends up working its way up to Yaze, down low to Fana. Fana with a shot on net, and it just doesn't find its way through. Yaze with the backhand attempt. And Almtuna will go back to the neutral zone. Beastman trying to find some space. Does so. Works it down low. It's Fana looking for something. Great defense here so far from Točený Salámy, not allowing that space for Almtuna to get operating. Yaze with it, tries to find the shot, but it's blocked before it can get on. Down low. Fana with it, looking. Back over to Beastman, back to the point. Fill it up in a chance here. Wincy on a breakaway. Goes forehand, backhand, and he scores it. Wincy, 2-1 now for Točený Salámy. Their first lead in the series comes in the third period of Game 3. A huge goal.
That was absolutely huge right there for Salámy. They needed something to go, and that is perfect positioning, perfect team defense on this aspect right there. And the alternate captain skates right down, right through, left, right, left, backhand, goal, 2-1 lead. Like you said, first lead of the series for Točený Salámy. Absolutely beautiful. Textbook. Just textbook.
It could not have come in a bigger time with 12 minutes to go in the third period. Točený Salámy, their first lead in this entire series. Let's see if they can hold on to it, or if Almtuna can find an answer, as they have seen their opposition do a couple of times here. So they'll try to work it down low. Will be picked up by the defenseman in Pepe Costa. And it'll be worked over, but it'll find its way over to Beastman as we get a look at the predictions. Indo, the first 2 games was in favor of Salámy. 80% Salámy in the first game, 54% in the second, 58% Almtuna this time in Game 3. So maybe some of the viewers singing a bit of a different tune here.
Yeah, it could be, I call it the viewer's curse, where they predict one thing and the result ends up being the other. Who knows? We still have some time in here. Anything can happen in this. That's the beauty of a Sports Gamer ECL League game.
As the look out front couldn't find anyone there. That's just 6:30 to go. Točený Salámy looking to hold on to a 2-1 lead and trying to decrease the series deficit. There's a chance in front, but picked off there by Bume, the left defenseman. As Almtuna look to go up, it's a chance here. Almtuna with some numbers. Tried to find the pass, but it hit off with just 5 to go. Almtuna looking for an answer. Can they find one? Bume with it. Couldn't find anything. Goes to Domine, but it'll be offsides with 4:12 to go. And Now, Almtuna, we kind of mentioned it earlier, but unfamiliar territory for them here being down, and it looks like they will take a timeout here to just try to collect themselves and think about a play.
Definitely. You have some time. It was a smart period to take a timeout now instead of having to basically rush it into the last minute or 2 minutes. Great strategy here from this team. They've, like we said, haven't been like this before in this series. They've always had the lead. So having the play from behind will definitely be a scenario that they're definitely not going to be used to. This is basically where you basically see whether this team has the adversity to get through this tough little hurdle, being down right now, and let's see what happens.
Ace-off tied up, 1 in favor of Točený Salámy. Domín with it, works it over to Wincy. That's the goal that gave his team the lead on the breakaway. Almtuna eSports will get it, worked over to Fana. Fana with it. Tries to find something in front of the net. Puck loose. Goes down low. Yaze shoots. He scores on the wraparound. Yaze with 2:26 to go finds an answer for his team, and Almtuna have tied it up at 2 apiece.
Looks like that timeout came at a perfect opportunity right here. Scrub in front. Get the puck. Puck on a string. Put that right back in with a nice little wrap. Put that with a bow, because that is a gift of an opportunity right there to tie the game up right here. With a couple minutes left, you can go right now, try to get a 1 to get it in, or, as we love to say here, free extra hockey with the overtime. Let's see what happens right here.
Yaze with the unassisted goal on the wraparound, fresh out of the timeout under 2 minutes to go. Almtuna ties this up. Can they get one to take the lead? Chance in front, picked off. Wincy over to Domín, his fellow winger. They move it back up to the point to Giffey. Shot on that block before it could get on. And now be cleared out and away. No icing to be called. Chance in front, shot on that, saved by Reckful. And it will just be moved down low from Wincy, and Točený Salámy will just reset. Poke checked away there from Fana. Chance here for Almtuna. Couldn't find his man in front in Yaze. And it'll be Domín working it up now. 25 seconds to go. Turned over. Beastman with it. Tried to get it over to Yaze. The tying goal scorer for Almtuna. That's 15 seconds, and we'll see if one of these two teams can find an answer before we reach extra time. Yaze puts it down low. Couldn't find anyone. Wincy with it. He'll just dump it below, and that will take us into extra hockey yet again, Indo. And man, oh man, what a treat we've had.
This has definitely been a very entertaining game. Here is the goal right here that gave them the lead. A quick little backhander goal right there on the breakaway. Absolutely great game to play, obviously, for these two teams, but obviously great game to spectate. This makes me wish that I wasn't so terrible at sixes, so I could, have games like this. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, my thumbs can't keep up. As we look into the third intermission and seeing where we are right now, shots are dead even at 8. 11 hits in favor for the Točený Salámy. So far, so good for this team. Both these guys are coming out flying right here, and it's going to make you think about what's going to happen here in the third. We've been here before. You never know what's going to happen in overtime. We're about to find out right now. Are Almtuna going to take a 3-0 lead and force Točený Salámy on the breaking point, or are Točený Salámy going to break back and take that game back? Let's find out right now in overtime.
Almtuna hoping for deja vu from game 1. They won that 3-2 in overtime. They'll look to do so again here in game 3. Puck worked into the Točený Salámy offensive zone. Kumbik with it. Tried to find this defenseman in Yiffy, but to no avail. Chance here for Yaze. He tied this game with a wraparound goal. Couldn't find the space to put the puck on net. And it will find its way over to Domín. Domín gets it up to Wincy. It'll be turned over, and Yaze will give it over to his defenseman, who breaks it out to Fana. Fana over to Beastman. He had that game winner in overtime in game 1. That's Točený Salámy working into the zone. Puck moved around for Almtuna. They give it over to Fana. Fana with it, moves it up the boards. Tries to find some space. No pass there. Puck in front of the net. Swallowed up and saved by Reckful before a bounce could ruin his plans of potentially winning this game.
I think he had a little PTSD from that over there with as many as those bounces in front of the net. Definitely want to freeze it up as much as you can because you never know what's going to happen.
Tied up, face off won by Točený Salámy, puck loose. It will find its way over to Yiffy. Domin with it, takes his time, gives it over to Yiffy, and a turnover. Stepping up here is Pillin up. And it will go back to Točený Salámy, so no chance there after the right defenseman for Almtuna tried to step up and make a play. Wincy with it, tried to pass it in front, but no one there, but the defenseman and Pillin up to scoop that one away. Pass down low, and it'll be an icing, and we'll go back on the other end for a Točený Salámy offensive faceoff.
Big opportunity here on the icing. Looks like no one can get a stride or a touch on that puck right there.
Tied up just like we saw on the other end. Točený Salámy will benefit from it. Beastman's up and tried to hit Fauna, but couldn't. Icing will be nullified, however, so not a complete loss there for Almtuna. And it will be worked over to Yiffy, looking for options. Finds Wincy, gets it over to Domin. Domin pressured, trying to find something, using that L2, trying to find the pass across, but nothing there. Yaze skating it up. He tied this game for Almtuna. Finds his way down low to Beastman and will be turned over, and Yiffy will collect it. Turned over, Yaze now with it again. Spins, looks, nothing in front, takes a big hit there at the bottom boards, and Točený Salámy trying to capitalize. Shot on that from Kumbik, saved by Benjamin. It'll be worked around back up to Yaze and worked back down low to Beastman. Beastman taking his time, trying to find something, tried to squeeze that sauce through, couldn't find his man in Yaze. Chance from Wincy. Wincy tries to find it, it's on the post and very close. Benjamin keeps that one from crossing the red line, and overtime continues on.
That was very cheeky and very deceptive move right there. Benjamin had to be on his toes right there to stop that one for sure.
That's Točený Salámy in the offensive zone. Almtuna will clear it out, dumped away. Yaze cleared low, shot, he scores! Right in front of the net, the right winger, Infana! And Almtuna were down 2-1. They come back and win it in overtime and take a 3-0 series lead going into tomorrow.
That is absolutely insane. You can tell the reason why these teams are the top of the top, the cream of the crop. Just going right through here, big right in front, put that puck in front, get that in the net, and bam, comeback win. 3-0 series lead as we go into tomorrow's festivities. Will we know if it's going to be a short game or not? We never know. That's the beauty of this league as well, and beauty of just hockey in general. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Točený Salámy have their work cut out for them going into tomorrow, down 3-0 now in this series. And Fana, 2 goals. He had the opening goal, he gets the closing goal, and his team in Almtuna are 1 game away from winning a championship here in the ECL quarterfinals. What a game. And I know it's 3-0 Indo, but you kind of said it. Every single game decided by a goal. What a series we've seen so far.
Definitely. Curtains open, curtains closed for tonight. Big plays, big movement. Everything so far has been great for either team. You can't really be upset with this gameplay so far. You can't be upset with anything. It's just been such a great opportunity to cast this and just to watch it and have watched chats, reactions for everything's going on. It's been entertaining nonetheless. Both these two teams are fighting and they're scrapping it out and doing what they can to showcase why they deserve to be the champion and maybe even move on to a new league.
Yeah, the potential to see promotion, and right now it looks like Almtuna on the right side of that here as we will get a look at our goals here. 5 between these two teams as we saw the 2 goals scored for each side in the first period. And though it kind of felt like this game was going to be exciting based off of that first period. Almtuna getting the scoring started, Točený Salámy getting right back, and we can see that opening goal right here.
Definitely right here, the pass right through, cross crease patented for this game and this league itself too. Big goal right there. As you come over here, we see the big mistake in the first period, which ended up being not so costly when you look at it from a grand perspective. Absolutely sniped top right corner right there on the goaltender. No goals in the second. We go to the third. Sorry to interrupt. And we're going to go look at this play right here. The breakaway opportunity, which is saved by the winger playing aggressive and getting the block in. Backhand goals and goes right in itself. And that was a game that broke the deadlock, gave him a lead. But then we go back over here. This is the one that tied the game itself. Scrum in front. We just jump cut. Scrum in front. Opportunity right there. Puck goes behind the net, and we get a wrap opportunity. It seems like a little bit of interference in the front over there, but ref saw nothing. So let it go. Let it go through.
And now it's the game-tying goal there from Yaze, and that was a big one. Just 2.5 minutes left when he scored that. Točený Salámy looked well on their way to win this game, and then all of a sudden we're in overtime, and this happens, Enda.
Definitely. Gets the puck right here behind. Sees a man open. Feeds it right through. Ooh! Right past them. Right by the stick. Feeds it short side. Blocker side. One of the roughest places as a goalie to save. Big opportunity right there. They win the game. Come back, click it, clock it in. 3-0 series lead as we go into tomorrow's festivities.
And a well-deserved 3-0 series lead, I would say, as well for Almtuna. Just the way they were able to really keep a really strong offensive side in Točený Salámy at bay. Something that we talked about. The amount of goals that they've been able to score, 90-plus goals in the playoffs, 133 goals in the regular season. And Točený Salámy, as great as they played, not that they played a bad 3 games at all, but Almtuna eSports just a little bit better today, especially from the defensive end.
Definitely. It is great to watch these games and to watch these two teams adapt on the fly and figure out how to play and what styles to do and how to make everything work. Seemed like the dump and chase option wasn't working for a bit, and it seems like so far the route is to get that puck behind the net, cycle it in front if you can, or just get an opportunity to put it whenever and wherever you can.
Absolutely, and as you can see on the bottom of your screen, Almtuna eSport, they will enter tomorrow with a 3-0 series lead over Točený Salámy, as we will get one final look at our updated playoff bracket, as it is official, it is etched in stone, and now Almtuna eSport just 1 win away from that ECL Core Championship.
Definitely a lot of pressure now on Točený Salámy, as if there wasn't any before, but now it's basically you have to sweep. You got to sweep the other way back through, and we never know what's going to happen. Obviously, hockey is a great sport where any team can win realistically on any given night, but it makes you think about what Točený Salámy is going to have to do to get back into the win column right now, because they've shown that they have the ability to get those pucks in the net and to win, but it's just the adversity of the other team right now with Almtuna just getting it in there and being clutch. We'll say being clutch.
Yeah, 2 overtime game-winning goals, and if you want to maybe be part of a moment like this and participate here in our ECL spring season, make sure you go to sportsgamer.gg and sign yourself or your team up today. It's been an absolute blast being able to call and watch these games here in all of our different divisions in the ECL, and I've said it once, I'll say it again, I can't imagine how fun it is being able to play it. So make sure you go to sportsgamer.gg, sign yourself, sign your team up today. As sign-ups are now open as we close the book here on our ECL winter season, and we'll close the book here on our broadcast today as, once again, Almtuna eSport will go into tomorrow up 3-0 as we'll be right back here, same time tomorrow, 19:15 Central European time. We'll see if Almtuna can close this thing out and get 1 win out of the next 4 games, or if Točený Salámy can maybe pull off the miraculous, make the reverse sweep happen, and take this to a 7-game series and maybe get a reverse sweep. And Endo, firstly, thank you for coming on with us. First time getting to work with you. Very, very fun. Great to get to work with you. Can't wait to do it again with you tomorrow.
Definitely, man. It has been a pleasure, honestly, just to be here with a team and to work with everybody. It's definitely something I've wanted to do for a while. And I'm glad that everyone here with Sports Gamer has given me the opportunity to do it, especially with you, man. Like, you're coming up, man. You're doing really well. This is honestly amazing.
Hey man, thanks. Just happy to be a part of it, and a big thanks to everyone behind the scenes at Sports Gamer. Guido, our amazing producer behind the scenes. Have to thank all of our sponsors, Mugada Wilhelm, Covenant Accuracy, and ST Hockey, and obviously a big thanks to the viewers as well for tuning in and watching today. And I hope that you guys will come back tomorrow as Almtuna eSport look to clinch the ECL Core Championship. They will go into tomorrow up 3-0 in the series, and that'll do it here for myself, B Major, Brandon Bigsby, for Endo Mills over to my left. This has been the ECL Core Finals here at SportsGamer.gg. We will be right back here, same time, same place, 1915 Central European time for games 4 through 7 here in this ECL Core Finals series. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great, safe, and healthy rest of your night.